Hi, my name is Christine Glidden, and I'm here today to interview a very dear friend of mine about her life, one of the most unique and interesting lives I think I've ever come across. This is my friend Duka, and Duka and I have known each other for, I'm guessing, about 5 years, do you think?
Yeah, it's
And
almost five,
through
6
those
years.
through those years, you've told me a lot about yourself and your early years and where you grew up and the United States and everything that's happened to you. And so I'm going to start by asking you, Duka, where were you born? And tell me a little bit about your early years.
Yeah, namaste, Christine. My name is Duka. Yeah, I born in Bhutan, in Tarai region. Bhutan is a Buddhist kingdom. The king discriminate us, and they adopt a policy like one people, one nation, and the green belt policy. And like we are Hindu, and he start discriminate us, and then Bhutan government adopt a policy. Okay, they are not allow us to do the business for the Hinduism people, and no schooling for Hindu people, only the Buddhist people. So our forefather and father, they start asking, okay, we just want a freedom or democracy. So the Bhutan government, he didn't let us to do all those. He didn't ask us to practice any religion, nothing. So we start a peaceful rally in 1990, and my dad, my father, he was a businessman, and he is a farmer also. He started collecting the farm food from the different villages, and he started selling the farm food to the India people and the government. He doesn't like all those doing, and then he wants everything, whatever we make a money. So like it's very, very autocratic rules in Bhutan. So my dad and we all family had to leave the country, and we left the Bhutan in 1992, and we stay India for a couple of days, means like couple of weeks. And the India government also, he didn't let us to stay in like an India because we are a Bhutanese people. And then the government found us in the forest area. So we had very hard life in India, also in the forest. There is a lot of elephant, tiger. We are so scared. My parents are so scared how we save our life. So it is very difficult, and finally the India government pick a big truck, and then he pulled all the couple of Bhutanese people, like a family, and he put everybody in the truck, and he drove us like actually I don't know where he drove, but finally when we reached in Nepal refugee camp on the border of India and Nepal, so he threw us like 7 family members, means like we are around 45 people in one truck, and then he throw everybody in the river of like a bank of the river. So finally we stay in Nepal refugee camp couple of months in the bank of the river, and no food, nothing, only few strangers. They give us like a slice of bread and no water, no proper like nothing in the river or bank. It's so difficult our life. But after a couple of months, we heard about there is a UNHCR, UNO people, and they start register our name in refugee camp. Okay, and then they start build a small house for us, just for like my family is 7 member, we are 7 member, and then they give like a very small square foot to live, to make a kitchen in that room, to make a bedroom, to make everything in a small area. Just we had to adjust in that small area.
So even just leaving Bhutan, I mean, your family was threatened.
Oh yeah.
With death and torture.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you didn't leave, and mostly for religious and as well, it sounds like economic reasons.
Yeah, of course, like Bhutan government, I explained already also, government, we don't allow to practice any religions, nothing, though my dad is like he had a lot of fam, he has a lot of money, but we are not allowed to do any kind of business in Bhutan. inside the
So
Bhutan.
there was no future for you there?
No future, nothing, no schooling life also, like they totally banned for the Nepali speaking people, like Hindu people, no school. After grade 10, okay, go to a farm, start working in the farm. We are not allowed to go high position, high level, though we are talent. And then the government, he started sending the army and force to the village area, and he started capturing like a dad or mom, and most of the women, like teenager girls, they took in the army barrack,
Oh
and
my
they
gosh.
start doing rapping things. Most of the leader,
So
they
actually
killed.
raped these girls?
Yeah, most of the girls. And our parents, means like mom, so difficult for mom to save their life. Not only my mom, lot of 100,000 people, Nepali speaking people on the southern belt. And we don't actually we don't have life, so that's why we think, okay, better to save our life instead of living in Bhutan.
So you just left?
We just left, whatever we have properties, so many, actually
so you
my
left everything behind you?
Everything, we just locked our house. And but actually the government gave us order. They came at night time one night, and they asked, where is your dad? Because my dad from the village, we have like a social worker guy, he informed us, government is looking for your dad, so maybe they will take your dad to the prison. And I was very little girl, I was only 6 years old while I was in Bhutan. And I informed my dad, like a government is looking for you, army is looking for you, just be careful. And my dad, he just left everything in that house, and he ran away to the forest, and he hid a whole month inside the forest. But army people, they keep coming to my house, and then they ask, where is your dad, where is your dad? They start giving torture to my mom. And my brother was like 12 years old, and he took my brother, the army took my brother to jail, because unless if you not bring your husband, they told
Right,
my
your
mom.
dad.
Yeah, if you they told my mom, if you don't bring your husband, I will not let your son to go out. They told my mom. And then okay, and I was like very little, and they want to take me also, and I said, I was crying, and then they left. Okay, especially they tie our hand and everything, and they put
tied
us,
your hands
yeah,
at 6 years old?
yeah, they put our side on the corner of the place, and then they took my brother. And my mom, she keep going to the like a jail, and my mom start requesting, please let my son go, I will bring my husband. But my dad, he never come back from the India, because he was hiding, he wanna save his life, and he ran away. And then finally they asked us to pay the money, whatever my brother is in jail. So my mom, we don't have money, because my dad, whatever he was doing, everything was dead. And then we start selling our cow for very minimum price. Whoever come to buy, okay, take our everything, and whatever we have precious things like a gold, a diamond, whatever my mom she had, and she gave it to one of the household, like a village household, and she collect a little bit money and hand out to the government, and they release my brother. And then they order
from
us.
there you just left?
They order, okay, as like you don't have house no more, the government seize your house, so tonight you had to leave the house. So we left our house without whatever we wear at night, we just left like that way. It takes like almost 8 to 10 hours from our house to reach the India. All like that is all the forest area.
So you said that there were elephants and tigers that could threaten your lives.
Yeah.
And then, so did you meet your dad in India?
After
first,
a week,
and then
after a week we met then like a week later we met our dad. So we stay inside the forest.
So then you went to Nepal, and you lived on the bank of a river. How many people were there? You said 45 came out of the truck, but there must have been many others.
Yeah, almost thousands of people. Yeah.
And there was no food that was given you or fresh water, so people must have been in very bad health conditions, I would imagine.
Yeah, because we don't know in there in that bank of the river whoever came to see us, and they start giving us a slice of bread. Okay, some people they give whatever they have, like rice, and on the Nepal village people they start collecting the rice and they give us little bit, then we start doing slowly, like it is very difficult.
And then the Nepal government stepped in, and the United Nations High Commission on Refugees to create this massive system of refugee camps. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you started to live in the refugee camp in this really, it's a shack. I mean, I've been there, I've seen what you lived in there. They're
Yeah,
basically
we lived.
shacks, right?
Yeah, we lived a couple of months in Nepal Maidhar. Then they moved. They make a 7 different camp. Golda, Beldangi, and every like a 7 different camp. But we moved in Golda refugee camp. But like it's very difficult, very
Okay.
difficult.
So tell me about that. What was, how did you get food, and what was sanitation like? I mean, were there toilets, or what was that like?
Yeah, like the food UNSCR they provide like a 5 kg, means like 5 kg for like a 7 member people. We used to get little bit rice, we used to get little bit oil, and then they provide us like a how cooking utensil and everything. But it's very difficult, and the health part is so difficult. No proper school, no proper health sanitation, and then there is no toilet, nothing.
Terrible.
And we used to go like using the toilet in the forest area, so it is very difficult.
I bet. So then, were you able to go to school, and what was that whole experience like?
Yeah, like the Caritas Nepal, they built a school. And then we used to go Nepal. There is no proper school also. We study under the tree, and after grade 4, and they built a small tent outside the like where we live, on the outside the refugee camp. They start building a school, and we used to go to school, but it is very difficult.
Yeah. So one thing that you had told me after we discussed many of the details of your life in the refugee camp, Duka, was that you had such a difficult time, along with many of the other girls and women, because you had no underwear and you had no sanitary pads. Right? I mean, what was that like? I mean, for us in the United States, that's such a difficult thing to imagine.
Yeah, like I was in grade 7, and I started getting period while I was in grade 7. My life is very miserable in refugee camp because hardly we get a 3 pieces pad once a year, and like only the few I guess only 1 year material only, and we had to make a 1 year material for a couple of pad, and it's very difficult. So like inside the classroom also, we like my friends boys, they start teasing us, and then like we had a period, and then like totally our clothes is messed up, and then they start teasing us.
So you got like a yard or something like that?
Yeah, like
for
once a year.
Once a year.
Yeah.
And that's what was dedicated to you for use for your menstrual cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And then so you would go to school and bring some of this pad with you?
Yeah, we
hope that you wouldn't have an accident?
Yeah, that's why it's very difficult. Like 1 year material is not enough for whole day. We have to use same pad, and then totally we can't able to stay inside the classroom. We had to leave the class because of the menstruation problem, and we had to leave the school for a couple of days for our periodic cycle. So That is the difficult.
So every month you would lose 3 or 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days
to
is
stay
school.
home to take care of yourself.
Yes.
And so, what would happen to your studies?
Yeah, that's why like we are very like, you know, must compared to the boys and the girls, we are a little bit like, you know, poor, because we are not able to perform our study inside the room for the periodic problem, for the menstruation problem, and we had to live couple of days per whole month, every month, and we miss, sometimes we miss to do the exam also. It's very difficult, so we lose.
So
most of the girls, they back up, okay, I don't want to go to school, I just want to get married. And then they start getting married, and then they had a lot of baby, and some of the girls, they get raped also, you know, because of their health condition. Okay, like, you know, if they are, sometime we used to go riverside and take a shower, and sometime like it's so difficult for the women.
It's very
for
dangerous,
very
is what you're
dangerous,
saying.
yeah, for the girls especially.
So you miss school, you drop out,
Yeah.
you get married, you
Yeah.
have babies, and you go down to the river to try to wash things out.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous that
It's-
you can be raped or attacked. Or
Yeah, yeah. Most of our friends get raped, and most of our friends get girl trafficking also, because of drop of the school. If we don't get a good education, then like, you know, it's difficult. So hopefully, thank God that maybe like I was able to go to school, though I missed couple of like days to every month, but I complete my study. It's very hurtful. It's very like, it's very difficult.
Okay, so we've talked about your life there in Beldagi, the refugee camp.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's move along and talk a little bit more about your life here in the United States.
Yeah.
So I know the process, you've described it to me.
Mm-hmm.
You go through the UN, you apply, takes a couple of years or a minimum
Mm-hmm.
to be accepted into a program that will, what they call, relocate you. And so you relocated to the United States.
Yeah.
So what was it like? I mean, there you are living in, you know, forgive me, I know it's your home, but it's a wooden shack, bamboo shack, and you get on a plane for the first time. You probably never even saw a plane before.
No.
You go to an airport with 4 walls. You've probably never seen a huge building or room like that before, I'm imagining. Is that right?
Yeah, like they explained, like yeah, we did all our process. It takes couple of years to do, like to apply to come. They give us a couple of different countries to choose, like Australia, Canada, Denmark, and the United States, Switzerland. But we choose United States because one of our friends in Las Cruces, they are in here. They are refugee because, sorry, they are Subedi, like we are also Subedi. So we choose to come United States in New Mexico. But they give us training, like before we come to, they say don't talk, like they give us training very different way. Okay, don't go big building, don't talk big people, you guys are refugee. Just be careful, just like,
people.
yeah, important people. No, they give us very difficult training there also. All the time is scary training. And then we flew here. We don't know anybody. We are the new person in New Mexico. We came to airport. Just we met our caseworker. She was, I guess,
caseworker from,
yeah, from Catholic Charity. We came
Charities.
through Catholic Charity. And we met our caseworker in airport. Me and my husband, we came only 2 that time. And we made, they gave us tag, and they saw us, okay, I'm your caseworker. Okay, we talked to we are from Catholic Charity, and they give us couple of days training. Okay, they gave us food stamp. They gave us like a few.
So they did give you food stamps,
yeah,
for food.
not
Not the
recently,
regular,
but a
right.
few days later they gave us like a. Only American food is very difficult. We don't eat
You
that
don't
time.
know.
No,
No
we don't know
idea.
anything about the food, canned food. We stay like hungry for a week that time also, because we don't know how to open the can. We don't know how to do, like, we don't know how to use the gas and all, heater, electricity. We are from refugee camp, like a small.
You never turned on heat before.
We never see electricity in camp also. So they give us very different way here, and our life is very difficult here also for 3 months. But
So what was your biggest challenge coming here? When you look back, what was the biggest obstacle?
Can you repeat that one?
Yeah, so what was the biggest challenge, the biggest struggle that you had?
Oh yeah, like
What was the hardest part?
hardest part is like same things like we never go to the store when we come here. Also, we don't know, like we have very hard time to go shopping. Also, we had money, they start giving couple of $1 for okay, go buy a cloth, Duka, go buy these things. But we had money though, but we are scared to go inside the store. And I
Sure.
saw the like stir free, all those pad, like use and throw pad. A month later here also is difficult for me. That is also big challenge. And Catholic Charity, they say okay, go find the job after 3 months, after 8 months, okay, go find the job, go learn the school, go take a class.
What was it like finding a job? I think that
Because
must have
of
been really
language
difficult.
problem. Language,
and how did you
yeah,
dress?
it's like how can we dress, like whatever we have dress, we just come from refugee camp, we never had a good dress.
Oh my gosh.
They just gave us only one pair of clothes here also, and we don't have dress, nothing. And language problem, we had very difficult for like understand, though we understand little bit English in Nepal, also we study, but difficult for the action.
So I mean,
Is-
I imagine myself going to a refugee camp, and I went to one, as you know,
Yeah.
to yours, just last year, and I would look around and I would think to myself, how would I live here? How do you know how to live? How do you know what you don't know? And I can only imagine that finding a job or by then I know you had a son, finding a school for him. What are you supposed to do? How do parents act here? I don't know.
Yeah, it's very difficult, Miss Christine. It's very difficult. We learned ourselves. We got a lot of struggle here also. Every day is so depressed also. Like I've been depressed for a couple of years also here also. But a few people, they are very good in here. And I found a women group in here, New Mexico Women Foundation. They give me Duka. Don't stay inside the house. Just come to learn in our women group. So I start learning there, and Frida Art and one of our friend Rena, she help us how to do. And I start finding the good friend there from
Nice.
through the friend, I was learning everything, like some of the friends like you, Lucy, Frida Art, they help me, Duka, you have to go step by step. They guide me very well. So that's why I found good place. And also then I start doing myself. I start putting myself a struggle. Okay, we have to find the job. Though I have a lot of talent, but because of the language problem, we can get a good job.
I understand.
And then that is the main biggest challenge. And we found a school. And then my husband, he started going to school, and then he learned a little bit, and he got a job. He found a job, and then we build our future, like little by little, step by step.
So what's your life's philosophy after everything you've been through, from such a difficult and really brutal beginning to coming to America, one of the freest countries in the world? Give me some, if I was just starting out in
Yeah.
life, what would be your
this
greatest
is
advice?
we were thinking in Nepal refugee camp also, like this is freedom country, we can do like so many things. Biggest thing is school. This is freedom country, we can go to school. But my biggest challenge is, though I'm a refugee girl, I can get proper health sanitation, I can get proper food, no school, proper schooling life in my till lifetime. So I want to focus my kids, my 2 boys, I want to give them good school life, and I want to give them like a right direction. I want to give them like good education. I want to send him good school so he can change my life. So that is my
Nice.
biggest thing.
So investing in your future
Yeah.
through your children
Yeah,
and their education.
their education, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And will you be going back to Bhutan or Nepal?
Of course, like that is our land. Now we are living in United States. But I will go. Still, we have friends and family inside the refugee camp. Still, my family is there. My grandparents and my uncle, they are in Bhutan. So my dad family, they are still in Nepal refugee camp. So we can go visit, but not.
So you really have a great love
Yeah.
for Bhutan. I mean, I hear you speak about it all the time.
Yeah.
And so I know that you're going for your citizenship now here in the United States.
Yeah.
But I think a little part of your heart will always be Bhutanese. Is that right?
Yeah. I born in Bhutan. It is very beautiful country. It is very good country. But I'm here in citizens. I can go visit. Maybe like hopefully if the government give us our own land and everything, we can go. But like now I'm in citizen of United States. I have to be loyal to the country here.
Yeah.
So.
Duka,
But I love to go
I
see.
just have such admiration for you. I have seen you, you know, through various struggles to adapt here and become a real American. And I think you've done just an outstanding job, not only for yourself in the way that you've adapted, but also for your children. I congratulate you. I have learned so much from you. And I appreciate the inspiration that you've given me to be more, I don't know, kinder, more generous, and more understanding of people who are different from me. So thank you very much, Duka.
Thank you, ma'am.
And
It's
I'll
my
look forward
pleasure.
to continuing our relationship and our friendship.
Thanks, ma'am. It's my pleasure to talk to you. Thank you.